No. So, good morning, everyone. We'll start now. I can see that around 120 participants have joined. So, no worries. We'll start. So, hello, everyone. I think I have made a big batch of all the students that is who have taken data privacy on the Google Classroom, and I have uploaded a lot of materials also on it. For example, I have uploaded the data privacy syllabus, the guidelines that are needed to study it, the reference books, and the previous year question papers along with the PPTs that I have shared. Due to many administrative concerns, it happened that the faculties could not get appointed and I could only take one batch. However, the faculties have joined from 17th March itself. So it's my humble request that the classes have resumed and the crossroads function is also over. So it will be very good if you do not miss any of the classes that the teachers are taking. We have three faculties and they are also here with us. That's Dr. Abhirup Nandi, Urmila Samaria, and Dr. Dipali Jain. So they have been distributed the batches and they will be taking your classes. So before they start with the syllabus and they start teaching you, I want to brief you on what all we have to do and cover while we do have a short timeline of only say 1.5 months. So 30th April is the last teaching day. In that you are not only have to cover the syllabus, but also you have to get your continuous assessment and internal assessment completed. First of all, nobody shall be freaking out. It is not impossible at all to not be able to cover this syllabus. It's a very good subject, an important topic, and really interesting if you handle it with a peace of mind. So as you know that any GE has two parts, that is the theory part and the practical part, and so does the GE data privacy also have. So I'll be sharing my screen in a while and I will be briefing you with all the content that I have already shared with you all. So let's start. I hope my screen is visible. Anybody could confirm?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good. Thank you. So just opening up data privacy. Yeah. So this course aims to provide you all with the ability to identify privacy related aspects of data uses, attacks on data privacy, evaluate the proposed technical mechanisms for privacy protection, and the ethical issues that are related to data privacy. Alongside, not only we will be understanding the basic principles of data privacy and what type of data privacy attacks are there in day-to-day life in different organizations and in your personal life as well. Alongside, we will also be dealing with the existing rules and regulation that have been implemented not only in the world but also in India. My voice is clear. Is it audible or is there any issue?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sure. So let's look at the syllabus. So actually the syllabus has been divided into four parts, four units: introduction to data privacy along with privacy regulations. Then this unit 2 is data privacy attacks, cryptography and data protection. The third, fourth units are data collection, use and reuse, while the fourth is for ethical considerations in data privacy. Now I will tell you the first unit and the fourth unit is totally theoretical aspect. So there are some good references, both shared in the form of PDF books as well as online, that you can deal and study. The second and the third units are a little bit of technical, in which we will be dealing about the types of data privacy attacks, introduction to cryptography, and what are the different types of cryptographic techniques that exist in real life. Okay, so as I have been teaching, I have already completed the first two units for the section A that I have been taking, and I had also asked them to make a presentation of the data privacy data privacy regulations and guidelines of India that was passed in 2023 by MIT. Okay, so it has been easy to cover the unit 1. Unit 2 is has been covered from the reference of William Stallings book, and the entire PPT has been made along with the references from online as well as by covering this book. It's a good book. So this is how I have uploaded the content for you to study. Now, this as you can see, this is the syllabus. Let me show you how do you consult the guidelines. So can you see, this is the guidelines that I have shared with you? Okay, this guideline has been divided into again 4 units that is already mentioned in the syllabus. So if I come to the first unit, that is Introduction to Data Privacy and Privacy Regulations, you can see reference number 3, 4, 2 and 5 are asked to be consulted. How do you consult the reference? I have shared with you these books 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if the unit 1 asks that go for reference, just for example, open reference number 3, chapter 1 up to section 1.2. What will you do? This is the reference number 3, Data Privacy Principles and Practice. Okay. And what does it say? Read chapter 1 up to section 1.2 only. So this is chapter 1. You start reading it and you have to only cover it till section 1.2. Then it asks you to open reference number 4, start with chapter 1 and up to page 8. All these books that I have given you are the latest edition. Say, what does it say? It opens chapter number 1 up to page 8. So this is chapter number 1. You can see in the bottom left corner. Just read the first 8 pages of it. And you can make some small notes about it. What is data governance? What is data privacy? What is origin of the data, reliability, privacy and security, policies and controls? So this is all what do you understand by personal data, personal identifiable information? It is very much asked. And person related data. What types of sensitive data exists? So this is how you cover your unit number 1. Even the teachers that are teaching, they will give you a generic presentation and they will ask you to read these references and make small notes. So a good amount of questions are asked. Let us look at reference number 5. Reference number 5 is actually the data privacy regulations that have been passed by the Indian government in 2023. So you can go and refer that online and make a small crisp presentation or note out of it. So that will cover your topic number, that is unit number 1. What is the introduction to data privacy and what are the privacy regulations that are existing in world as well as in India. So the PPT that I shared with you, the first one, it's a very generic PPT which gives you an introduction. What is privacy? Why does it matter? Why does it matter in the digital economy? What is data privacy, data security, data governance, personal data versus sensitive personal data, data controller versus data processor, what are the different types of information, and what are the common data privacy regulations at a glance. So you have to study these 2 ones, definitely GDPR, the most influential privacy regulation globally, that is handling the European Union residents data, and the Data Privacy Act of India. These 2 you have to study. So while referring the PPT at a glance, you can use these resources and make crisp notes out of it. You can use some of the good AI tools that are available to make small notes and prepare for your examination point of view. Just advising you, use AI to assist you and not completely generate content for you. So use it for your own purpose, but don't kill the creativity alongside. So this was about unit number 1. Let us come to unit number 2. What does the unit number 2 says? Data privacy attacks, cryptography and data protection. What are the topics? Types of attacks, impact of data breaches, introduction to cryptography, 2 types of cryptographic techniques, symmetric and asymmetric, hashing and digital signatures. This is the second reference only that you have to study. Chapter number 1 till section 1.11. So what is the second reference? The second reference is the William Stallings book. It's a good book. Information Privacy Engineering and Privacy by Design. So this is the reference number 2. Can you see this? Yeah. So it says for, I suppose, what was it? It was chapter 1 till section 1.1. Yeah, let's open chapter 1. So you can see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what are the challenges of information security? What are the different types of security attacks, passive versus active attacks, security services? All this you have to read till section 1.11 only. Uske aage there must be many things, but that is not a part of your curriculum and syllabus. This PPT that I have shared with you, that is Introduction to Data Privacy Part 2, is about this unit 2 only, where definitions of cyber security, information security, network security is given. What are the subsets? What are the objectives? The CIA triad, that is the confidentiality, integrity, accountability, availability, authenticity. Security objectives. Security attacks, what is the difference between threat versus attack, passive versus active attacks, different types of attacks. Okay. Security services, cryptography and the cryptographic algorithms, keyless versus having algorithms with key. So this is the PPT also that I have shared with you. This PPT has been made from this book only that I have shared of Stallings. Okay, the content is from this and from online as well. So this covers your unit number 2. The teachers shall be referring to the book, the resources and the PPT that has been shared. Now, let's close this. Once you complete the 2 units, we will be switching over to unit number 3 and 4. What does the unit number 3 talk about? It is talking about data collection, reuse and reuse. Just open reference number 1. Read the chapter 3 till section 2. Reference number 3, read the chapter 1 from section 1.4 to 1.7. I am in the process of teaching the 3rd unit to my batch. Once I am done with the presentation and teaching them, till that time you will all have covered the first 2 units and I will share that. So there is a paucity of time, but it is not. It doesn't mean that you cannot complete it. You can very well complete it in this much of time. So you have to also make an effort along with the teachers who are making efforts for you. Now, this was the theoretical aspect of data privacy. Let us look at the suggested practical list using Python. Please note, all of you, that this information should not be going to anyone that any type of Python program or to perform any cryptographic technique using a Python program will be asked in the theory paper. No. In the 90 marks theory paper, only the 4 units that I have enshrined and enlisted above, questions will be asked from that only. So it may be asked, what do you understand by Caesar cipher or rail fence cipher, and describe the algorithm. But in practical, you have to actually implement this type of cipher using Python programming. Let us see what is the suggested practical list. 1 to 7, you can do it using Python programming, and 8, 9, 10 question is about a case study. How do you conduct a data privacy audit of an organization, and how do you identify the potential threats and risks when you are developing a compliance with a regulation for a company. So that is useful that when you get into work and you are working for an organization, of even for a small company or even on a project, we generally ignore the aspect of privacy concerns. We just keep on and start working. That's not the point at all. So whenever you are working, you are working on some project or some software, you have to be very careful regarding what type of privacy concerns might be required and what are the regulations that should be followed, so that if there is any threat of a potential attack in the near future, you should be well prepared for it. So it does come with, in this today's time, it always, anything that you work upon comes with a risk. So how do you perform this practical using Python, and why Python? Python is the easiest programming language that you can use to implement this ciphertext. Now, before implementing this ciphertext, you must be worried that there are a fraternity and a fraction of students who have no information about the language. Even if you do not have any information about the language, it is not a point of problem at all. The teachers as well as me have started teaching Python from the basics, and only the till that necessary aspect in which you can make these programs using Python will be taught to you. So let me show you the course assessment. So if you can see, data privacy is lecture plus lab. Theory distribution is 90 plus 30. So the 90 marks is the theory exam which will come from the 4 units. You can prepare that very well and score well on it. For your reference, I have shared 3 previous year question papers also on the Google Classroom. PYQ 1, 2 and 3. So prepare accordingly. The 30 marks distribution is 12 marks internal mid-semester test, 12 marks of continuous assessment / assignment, whatever your teacher concerned does it, and 6 marks of attendance will be there. 6 marks of attendance is generally allotted using the Smart Prof. However, for the batches whose classes have started late, we shall be considering. So again, to this batch of data privacy third year, I will be saying and again exaggerating on the fact that instead that you are absolutely attending the classes for attendance only, please don't do that. Attend it so that you can score good and also learn aspects of data privacy. Attendance is secondary. You should be regular. We also as teachers understand that those who are in third year might have sometimes on some dates some interview lined up, or some assessment is there, or some internship or some placement type of activities might take place. So in that case, in such an urgent or extraordinary scenario, you can inform the teacher. That will be taken care of. But unnecessarily for outing and for no purpose, I will ask, no one should be asking to cancel any class to the teacher except when the teacher is on leave. So you should be understanding that what type of situation we are facing at the moment. We only have this much of time. If you have something very important, extra assignment or task to do, you can miss the class and cover up in the next one. Attendance might be dealt with it, or you can cover the attendance in the next class. But if for unnecessary reasons, for 1 or 2 people or for n number of people, you are asking that please don't take the class, no, that's not possible. So kindly do not think like that or do any type of such things, because it will be reported to the TIC Commerce. So you have to be diligent and you also have to be patient. We are all working for your own good and benefit that you are in the third year. So this is the marks distribution of theory. 12 marks internal assessment will be taken later on from 2 units only. Once the 2 units are covered, the teachers will take your assessment of 12 marks. Then 12 marks continuous assessment, some assignment or case study or whatever type of assessment, any open book or online MCQ will be given to you. That is totally dependent on the teacher and they will give you marks based on that. Let us come to 40 marks distribution of practical. So the 40 marks distribution of practical is 20 marks practical exam will be held and you have labs CL1, CL2, R29, R30 and R31. In this lab, the Python environment has been installed and in few of those, it is under process to get installed. So you have to remember that when you have your practical classes, please bring your laptop at least for some time. On your laptop, you have to install Python along with a IDLE, that is Integrated Development Learning Environment of Python, Jupyter Notebook. How do you install Python and how do you install Jupyter Notebook on your systems? I am going to give you a demonstration of it right now, and that PPT I will be sharing with you all in the Google Classroom. You install Jupyter Notebook on your systems and you can then practice it in the class. You can bring the laptop. All systems will be having Jupyter. You should know that in this such type of practical examination, no laptops are allowed. There is an external examiner who will be coming and a Viva will be taken. So 10 marks of Viva will be there. 20 marks questions will be there. That means you will have to make a Python program to perform some encryption decryption using Caesar cipher or Railfence cipher. Take a password and so 4 to 5 questions will be there. Those questions are internally to be made by us and we will be grading you on that. 10 10 marks is in the hands of the external examiner, that the Viva, while 10 marks of continuous assessment, that sometime the teacher may ask you to perform some program and show it in the class, or the teacher can also ask you to to prepare some assignment and submit it online. So that will be given. So as you can see, in theory 12 marks assignment, and in practical 10 marks assignment is there, or continuous assessment is there, totally dependent on the teacher who is going to conduct it. Let us come to the practical aspect. Before starting with these ciphertext programs, what is the basic Python content that you have to cover for studying data privacy and tackling with the 40 marks of practical? Basic information about Python, introduction, indentation in Python and operators will be taught to you. What are the primitive data types and the other data types, that is list, set, tuple and dictionary in Python, that will be taught to you. If else decision making statements, looping statements for and while, flow control statements, break and continue, and the input function will be taught to you. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the 5 points you will already have covered in Python, you will be able to make any program. Not just a program of ciphertext, but if I ask you to make a program to check whether a number is even or odd, whether a number is prime number, to perform the to find the factorial of a number, to print the factors of a number, to print the sum of first 10 natural numbers, all you will be able to cover. So when you are able to cover basic Python programs and you know the logic of if else and looping, you will also be able to create programs of ciphertext. But you have to be smart, tech smart in this. When the teacher teaches you, go and practice programs at home also. Some basic programs you should definitely be practicing on your own. Otherwise, if you just study Python in the class and then straight away go and bug up the program of Caesar cipher or Railfence Science cipher, that is not going to help you. Having information and knowledge about a programming language is also going to help you in the future, and it is very interesting. The syntax is very easy, making program is very easy, the IDLE is user friendly, so there cannot be any easier language that can be given to you to cover this aspect of data privacy using Python. Till now, whatever I have told, does anybody have any doubt in it? You can speak up to me, unmute yourself and say one by one.
Ma'am, the Google Classroom link that you shared is not actually working properly. Can you please reshare it?
Yes, I can reshare it. Just give me a moment. Where do I reshare it? Just share it in the chat box.
Ma'am, that would be great.
Okay, I'm just sharing it in the chat box. Apart from that, anybody has any question? Is anybody not able to understand the content, the syllabus, and the way that we are going to tackle it?
Ma'am, you mentioned reference number 5. Could you repeat what that was?
Reference number 5, beta, you just Google and see the Data Privacy Act that has been passed by India in 2023. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, see the reference number 5. It's written the Digital Personal Data Protection Act of 2023. It is written here in this also. When you go and click this link, maybe this link might be broken, just in case. Then you just Google it, the Personal Data Protection Act of India in 2023, make a presentation of it and prepare. Got it? Any other question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Any other question? The assessment pattern is clear to you, the syllabus is clear to you, the marks distribution is clear to you. Okay, so I'm just give me a moment. I'm stopping to share and I'm going to share you the Google Classroom link in the chat box.
Ma'am, that presentation that you took from students in section A, was it a part of 10 marks internal test or was it something else?
No. It is a part of the continuous assessment. I will be putting that when I assess them. For section A, na?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, for section A, people don't have to worry at all. I am already taking their classes and I am handling it. But I have to, being the TIC, and since the allocation of teachers have been done late, it is my duty and responsibility to take care of all other students as well. This is one of the ways to prepare that unit for you all. Just to prepare that Data Privacy Act. Because it is asked. Yeah, get it? I'm just sharing the class invite link now. Yeah. Did you get the link?
Yes.
Okay. Now, also one thing that one of the guest timetables, that is the CS guest 2, has gone blank. Like, so what we will be doing, we are going to distribute those classes among 3 of us. So you will have definitely your classes starting from the next week itself. How it is distributed? The information will be conveyed to you. You will soon get a mail and you will also be getting the teachers. So those who are in, those who have been allotted CS guest 2, need not worry, your classes will start mostly on Monday. There is a batch C whose lecture is there 8:30 to 9:30 of data privacy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I will be taking that. So that I will be taking, and Dr. Abhiroop, he will be soon taking your labs of Wednesday and Thursday, whoever batches are there. I suppose that is the BA honors and section I and L. So that he will be handling. Few other classes Deepali ma'am will be taking, and the other classes will be taken by Urmila ma'am. So all the batches will be covered well in time. As a part of our teachers, we are doing our responsibility. We are trying our best. You have to support us in also helping out so that you get good marks. Fine. It's not just us. We can only guide you. We can teach you. I can provide each and every content on this classroom that you can see over here. Everything is there for you. So I have taken you to the water. It is your responsibility to drink it. And if you prepare well, alongside I am sharing you the PPTs also, I'm sharing you the reference book also. I am also asking you to use good AI tools to get summary of any good PDF or note that you are having, like Notebook LM. We have, DU has the subscription, SRCC has it. Use it for your own purpose. Use it for creative purposes and use it for exam preparation, because you should remember that I am not going to neither make I am neither going to make the question paper, nor I am going to evaluate your answer scripts of 90 marks. Only the 30 marks and the 40 marks of practical is in our hands, that we can do best and make you prepare. So to perform best in those 90 marks, it will be your task to do it. We can assist you to our best. That is the thing. Now, I am going to give you a short demonstration of how to set up the Jupyter notebook on your systems, because alongside data privacy, when you are studying the theory, you should be knowing Python programming also. Please, there are many students who already know Python. I am very happy for them. There are other students who may not know Python at all. There are students who may say that we want to code on online compiler, or we want to use VS Code, or we want to use any other IDLE of Python. I am sorry, but you are not allowed to do that, because in all the setups of SRCC labs, Jupyter Notebook will be installed. So I will encourage and urge you to use Jupyter Notebook only. Of course, it is not at all difficult. It is very easy and comprehensive, and comprehensible by you all. Now I'm going to show you how to install Jupyter Notebook. If you are having laptops by your side, of course, some of you might be attending it by laptops, or some of you might be using the mobile. I will show you how to install Python. So this is the presentation. I will put up this presentation on your Google Classroom also. So how do you install it? These are the steps for Windows users. If there is any MacBook user over here, I have a PPT shared for Mac also. How do you install Python on Mac? In case you are not able to do it, meet us in college. We will help you to do that. So what do you have to do? You have to first go and install the latest version of Python from python.org/downloads. So just let me put this window over here. So you can see right now you have downloads. Get the standalone installer for Python 3.14.3. इसको आप डाउनलोड करेंगे. At my time, it was 3.13 perhaps. So you install the latest version from python.org. Second step, follow the installer steps illustrated in the slides. Do not forget to add path to Python. Third, check for Python version on command prompt. Fourth, install or upgrade the PIP command, optional if needed. This step is optional. Fifth, you will be installing the Jupyter Notebook by typing this command. And sixth, you will open the Jupyter Notebook from command prompt by typing Python -m notebook. Okay, just a minute. Sorry. So that's what I showed you. The next slide. Okay, so you download. The current version is Python 3.13. You may download and install for whatever type of Windows OS. कुछ लोग का 64-bit होगा, कुछ का 32-bit होगा through the options available. You can see the third one, Python 3.1.2 AMD 64. ऐसी कुछ फाइल आपकी डाउनलोड होके वेब से आ जाएगी. Can you see the checkbox add python.exe2 path? When this window comes up, please do not forget to tick it. Please tick it. This is to add your Python to the OS path. Otherwise, we have to set up the environment variable, which becomes a little complex. So you tick the text box to add Python to path. You can opt for either default installation, that is install now, or customize your installation folder. Then you press next. You can customize your installation location. आपको किस ड्राइव में रखना है, C ड्राइव, D ड्राइव, E ड्राइव, जो भी आपकी है. Then the setup is in progress. ये आपका पाइथन का कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट होता है. रिमेंबर दिस इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट. सो अगर आप अपने सर्च में जाएंगे और आप पाइथन टाइप करेंगे, ठीक है, ओपन, ये पाइथन का कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट है. इस सिंबल को कहा जाता है शेवरॉन. सो इफ यू राइट हियर 3+4, this is Python that is running through command prompt. Okay, so this indicates you have successfully installed Python. Close it. But if you have to check the successful installation of Python, you have to open command prompt in Windows and type Python -- version. So you go to CMD. CMD से command prompt खुलता है. आप लिखिए Python -- version. Can you see this indicates that Python has been installed successfully. Once Python has been installed successfully, आपने अभी लैंग्वेज इंस्टॉल करी है. अब उस लैंग्वेज को एग्जीक्यूट कहाँ करेंगे, उसके लिए आप आइडियली इंस्टॉल करोगे. जस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल, आपने इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज पढ़ ली, A to Z आपने अल्फाबेट पढ़ लिया, उसको लिखेंगे कैसे? यू नीड अ कॉपी टू राइट दैट. आपने हिंदी पढ़ लिया, हिंदी लिखेंगे कैसे? यू नीड अ नोटबुक और अ कॉपी टू राइट दैट. सो Jupyter Notebook is the ideally, PyCharm is an ideally which gives you exclusive writing of Python programs only. VS Code ऐसा ideally जिसमें बहुत सारे और लैंग्वेजेस भी आप एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हो. What is the command to type? आप कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट में ही जाओगे and you will be typing Python. Sorry, what is it? Let me close one. Python -m pip install Jupyter. Python space -m pip install Jupyter. Okay? इंटरनेट कनेक्शन चलता रहना चाहिए. By the way, in my system, it is already installed. The requirement is already satisfied. मैं पहले ही इंस्टॉल कर चुकी हूं, तो ये अपना आराम से चलेगा. So no worries at all. Once you have done installation of Jupyter Notebook, you can again go to command prompt, type over here Python -m notebook. जैसे ही एंटर प्रेस करोगे, आपका नोटबुक लोड हो रहा है. कैन यू सी कि ये आपका खुल के आ गया है इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर में. फॉर सम यूजर्स इट में आस्क फायरफॉक्स में खुले, मोजिला में खुले, किस में खुले, ठीक है, इट मे हैपन. सो यू हैव ओपन इट इन इंटरनेट एक्सप्लोरर. प्लीज नोट, जब आपका नोटबुक खुला है तो ये जो पीछे से कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट है ना, इसको क्लोज मत करिएगा. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, डू नॉट क्लोज दिस। आप सर्वर को शट डाउन कर देंगे, कर्नल बंद कर देंगे, तो कोई पॉइंट नहीं रह जाएगा आपको एग्जीक्यूट करने का। जस्ट मिनिमाइज इट, देन गो टू फाइल, गो टू न्यू, गो टू नोटबुक। This is a notebook. Now I'm going to write say print hello world. Okay. I have written one statement. Let me go to run. These are all cell, one cell. So you go to run the selected cell. Can you see कि आपका एक के बाद एक आपको सामने आपने कोड लिखा, तुरंत आउटपुट भी आ गया। If you want to add another cell, just press cell below. You can write multiple statements. For example, I am writing one small code for you. For I in range 1,11, print I. रन का एक शॉर्टकट की आपको दिख रहा होगा, शिफ्ट प्लस एंटर। कैन यू सी दैट? गो टू दिस सेल, प्रेस द टू बटन्स टुगेदर, शिफ्ट प्लस एंटर, एंड यू कैन सी दैट दिस इज कमिंग। मान लीजिए आपने यहां पर आपको कोई प्रोग्राम दिया गया, राइट परफॉर्म इंक्रिप्शन डिक्रिप्शन यूजिंग सीजर साइफर। एग्जाम में आप कोई प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं, हैश से कमेंट होता है क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, कोई प्रोग्राम आपने लिख के रन करके आउटपुट दे दिया। फिर यहाँ पे हैश कर लीजिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, मान लीजिए कोई प्रोग्राम था, उसका आपने लिख के आउटपुट दे दिया। ठीक है, आपने ऐसे करके 4 क्वेश्चंस यू हैव सॉल्व्ड। यू कैन गो टू फाइल, सेव एंड एक्सपोर्ट नोटबुक एज HTML। जैसे ही आप ये करते हैं, ये आपके डाउनलोड्स फोल्डर में आ गई होती है फाइल। कैन यू सी इट कम्स अप एज अनटाइटल्ड 48। आप क्या कीजिए, इसको अपने रोल नंबर से रीनेम कर लीजिए, 23BA124 मान लीजिए किसी का रोल नंबर है। तो जो प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम होगा उसमें आप इस HTML फाइल को सबमिट कर सकते हैं। इस HTML फाइल को देखिए, खोलेंगे तो ऐसा दिखेगा। सो द एग्जामिनर कैन चेक, क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 बच्चे ने रन किया है, ये उसका कोड है, ये इसका आउटपुट है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 किसी ने किया है, उसका कोड है, उसका आउटपुट। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 किया है, कोड है, उसका आउटपुट। सो दिस इज अ वेरी इजी आइडियली। कैन यू सी, यू कैन राइट द कोड, गेट द आउटपुट। बैकग्राउंड में यू कैन सी दिस IPy कर्नल रनिंग, कर्नल स्टेटस इज आइडल। अभी ये रन नहीं कर रहा है। जब रन करता है तो ये बॉक्स, सॉरी ये जो सर्कल है वो ब्लैक हो जाता है, और इसीलिए पीछे कहा था ये शेल आपका रन कर रहा है, यू डोंट हैव टू कट इट। अगर आपने ये कट कर दिया, नाउ यू कैन सी कर्नल स्टेटस कनेक्टिंग, आपने कनेक्शन क्लोज कर दिया, आप कुछ भी रन नहीं करेगा। स्टार है आपको दिख रहा है, इट विल नॉट रन, कर्नल इज नॉट रनिंग। कोई बात नहीं, आप क्लोज एंड शट डाउन कर दीजिए नोटबुक को। अब आप बंद कर दीजिए, ठीक है, लीव इट। आपको फिर से लॉगिन करना पड़ जाएगा, दैट इज फिर से आपको कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट खोल करके आना पड़ेगा। So, yes, you will get this PPT on the Google Classroom. Dr. Abhiroop has replied. Yeah. After this, do you have any questions in your mind that you want to ask?
Ma'am, for section C, so Monday's 8:30 class will be taken for the semester by you only, na?
हाँ, I will be taking that.
ठीक है।
लेक्चर क्लास हम लेंगे, बट आपकी लैब्स जो हैं वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होंगी टीचर्स में। हो सकता है कुछ टीचर्स कुछ लेक्चर लेंगे, बट ऑल ऑफ अस, मी, अभिरूप, Urmila madam and Dipali ma'am will be coordinating with each other to deliver the best of the content to you all. So we are all working together for you all. So just be calm, be patient and learning. It is not at all impossible, and trust me, you can get one of the best marks in this GE of data privacy. Not only about the marks, you will also be having a good information which you can use it for your future uses. After this, now Abhiroop is going to give you a small demonstration, like he will, we both and madam also, we are going to teach Python from the basics to you. बेसिक मैंने आपको बता दिया था कि हम जिनको पाइथन एकदम स्क्रैच से ही नहीं आता वो भी सीखेंगे, और जिनको पाइथन ऑलरेडी आता है वो भी कुछ एक्स्ट्रा लर्निंग ही करके जाएंगे. सो मी एंड अभिरूप will also be demonstrating you something more. जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बता दिया कि आपको पाइथन की लैंग्वेज इंस्टॉल करनी है, उसका नोटबुक इंस्टॉल करना है और उसके बाद उस पे रन करना है। तो हम लोग पहले आपको बेसिक प्रोग्रामिंग सिखाएंगे। बेसिक प्रोग्रामिंग सिखाने के बाद द गाइडलाइंस दैट आई हैव शेयर्ड टू यू, जिसमें आपको साइफर टेक्स्ट बनाना है, आई नाउ इनवाइट Abhirup to give a short demo of what he will and we will be teaching you once you already get to understand the basic knowledge of Python. Abhirup, you're there?
Hello everyone. I'll be showing you some of the basics of Python. Uh, so just bear with me for this class.
Yeah, so please be connected, everyone.
Mm, Hello, sorry for the delay. Can you let me just share my screen? So can everyone see the screen? Just anyone can just confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I'm just gonna show you some introduce you to what introduce you all to Python and show some basics of how to run the Python programs and everything. So first of all, uh, does do any of you have like almost zero knowledge of Python or what programming languages are and everything? Do I need to explain that, or can I just start from Python itself? If anyone have an issue, you can speak up or interrupt me at any time. Okay, then moving on. Then first of all, as uh, most of you might know, Python is a general purpose language. So Python as a language can be used in different aspects of our day-to-day work. One of them is you know implementing various laws and like concerns over data privacy, and then going forward we can perform various cryptographic functions and everything. So that's where we will be focusing on for this module. So first of all, let me introduce you. So this, as Prasasti Madam has shown you, this is the Jupyter notebook. Uh, so this currently this highlighted, you can see a blue highlight. So this is a cell in the Jupyter notebook, and each of the cell can be taken as a short uh, part of the program. So for e so how do we separate the programming cells and everything? So later on we will be learning things like libraries and everything. Those I will teach later. But for now, just take an example like in one cell we can save some data, and another cell we can print the results, another cell we can do the calculations. So that is how we use the cells, so that we can have a different cell for each part of the program, and if there is any error within the program, then we can go to that specific cell and work on that part. So this helps us to break down the program into multiple sections, so that it's easier for us to solve any errors and everything. So starting from the cell, since many of you will be downloading the recent versions of Python and Jupyter Notebook, so your view might be a bit different. However, this I have installed the latest version myself. So I'll be showing you some parts. This here, the white circle, if it is white, it shows that the kernel is idle. Now, what the kernel is the background uh, process in the machine that runs your Python code, whichever whatever you are writing within this notebook. Okay, so this kernel is run using the command prompt here. So that is why Prasasti ma'am has told you many times that please do not close this command prompt at any time while you are working on Jupyter. You can just minimize it and work on. Now going forward, let me just explain it to you. The first and most easiest part of Python to explain is variables. So what are variables? Variables are are very small sections of data that can be stored in the memory and that can be accessed uh, using a certain name, the which we refer to as variable name or variable itself. For example, suppose we want to store the data hello world. Okay, so if we want to store the data hello world and I try to run the program, it would print the thing, but it is not stored in the memory. Okay, so if we want to store the the text hello world in within the computer memory, uh, while we are using the notebook, we have to store it somewhere. So suppose here I'm using one variable. The name of the variable would be sample, and then equals to, we will be writing hello world. So now if I run the code and then if I try to check what is the data stored within the variable sample, then we will see the output is given hello world, right? So here sample is the variable, equals is an operator. So what equals operator does here is it assigns the data, whatever it is, data, calculation, expression, whatever it is, from the right side of the operator to the left side of the operator. So it assigns this data to this variable. This is how variables work, and this is how the equals operator also works. Now, in many programming languages, you may have also seen things like some int sample or something like that. So these are mostly important in other programming languages like C and Java and everything. But in Python, you do not need to provide this int keyword or integer keyword. I'll be going on what is the data types and everything they are after this. So we do not need to provide the keyword here because Python automatically deduces what the type of data is, right? So in computer memory, it stores each type of data in a different uh, format and memory length. So that is why in some programs, in some programming languages, we need to specify it. But in Python, since it automatically deduces it, we do not need to provide any type of data type or anything like int or anything uh, before the variable name. So this is how variables work. Now let's go to data types. There are a few primitive data types that I need to explain. First is uh, int, which is short for integer. Then, then we go for float, sorry, float, which is for float only. So float data type helps us to work on decimal based numbers, and integer helps us to work on natural numbers or whole numbers, right? After that, we have some other data types like string, which helps us to work on texts like hello world 1 2 3 and everything. So for string uh, for string data types, we can uh, for string data types we can store the data or we can represent the data using single quotes or double quotes. Both would be valid, but uh, whatever type of quote you are using in the start, you should always end the full thing within the for the ending of the string. Okay. So like this is one string from starting of the single double quotes to end of the single double quotes, and this should be another string from starting of the single quote to end of the single quotes. Now sometimes you get you might get an issue where you need to put something like apostrophes. So for those situations, we can use the double quotes and then use the single quotes itself. So this helps us to fix the apostrophe problem, because apostrophe usually we use it within we put it there using single quotes itself. Other other data primitive data types of Python includes uh, list, tuples, and the sets and dict. Now I'll be explaining to them one by one. List is a homogeneous data type. It is supposed to be a homogeneous data type, but in recent versions it can be heterogeneous. So which means that you can have multiple types of data within the same data type. Okay, so let me just explain list with an example. Suppose we want to store a number of programs, a number of data together. Suppose we want to store, um, for example, 3 strings together, and we want to 3 strings together under one um, variable name. Okay, so I'll be using one variable name here, sample1, all because I've already used one variable named sample. So I'll be using a different variable name here, sample1. And how do we use list? We use list by using the square brackets. So once we put the square brackets, we can add one string, then give a comma, then another string, then another comma, and then one integer number again, and again we can put one float. Okay, so here these two are strings. This is an integer. This is a float. As I've told you, floats are decimal numbers, and this whole thing would be a list. So you can refer to lists as a list of something which you make in your day-to-day work and everything. So like suppose you're making a shopping list or something. So this is how. So that same concept works here. So this is so that is why the name also is the same, list. In other programming language, this is very similar to arrays, but arrays are homogeneous, but in list they are not homogeneous, right? So if I try to uh, see what the values of list are, so suppose the values are here. So if I try to see what I have stored here, see, it would print out these, right? Now it prints out hello and world as strings. It prints out 123 as a number, and it prints out 234.567 as a float. So this is how lists work. After that, tuples. Tuples are list. Wait, just a minute. Now, tuples are very similar to lists, but they are immutable. Now, for the concept of mutable and immutable variables, data types. So, what do you mean by immutable data types? For that, we need to understand what mutable data types are. Mutable data types are those that we can mutate or change. So, list is a mutable data type, which means that we can change the values within a list after we have set it once. So, suppose after this, let me just add one cell. I can add one cell using this insert cell below, or we can also use these two icons. So this is the insert cell above, and this is insert cell below. So suppose I am adding one thing, sample1 dot append. So these are all simple functions. I'll be showing it to you later in classes. If not, I will be also providing you one simple PPT, or you can also check it online to further understand some simple list-based functions. So sample1 dot append, if I try to add one more number, this, and run it, it is done. Now I'm printing the list again. See, this is added as a string. But again, if I add it like this, it would be added as a number. So here we can see that we can change the values of the original sample1 variable, which is a list. So that is why lists are mutable. What are they? Mutable. Now here, so here we can see that uh, here what I have done, also you can check this, that I have run this part of the program, these two parts first, then I have run this, and then I'm going back to this. So this is one advantage of using Jupyter Notebook, so that we can rerun one part of the code multiple times, and then we don't have to run the whole thing from start once again. We can just rerun whichever part we are working on and everything. So going back to mutable and immutable. So this is one mutable data type list, right? Now tuples are immutable. So once we declare a tuple like this, I will show you the syntax later. Once we declare a tuple like this, we cannot change what the values of tuple are. So let me just show you. Uh, there is one difference between list and tuple. In list, you see we have used the square brackets, right? But in tuple, we'll be using normal parentheses or round brackets. So here also we can use this thing. Now, if I try to print sample2, it would show this thing. Okay. Now, I won't be able to add anything to sample2. So sample, if I try to do this, it would mention as an error because tuples are supposed to be immutable. Even if I try to do this, tuples are supposed to be immutable. So once these values are set, we cannot change the values within our tuple. Right. So in list, we can add to the list later on, but in tuples, we cannot add to the tuple later on. This is the main difference between list and tuple, and this is how we can understand what lists and tuple are. Now set. Set is very similar to what we have learned before, sets in mathematics. How do we define set? Suppose one variable, sample3. We can use the set keyword. Keywords are very specific words that are inbuilt within the programming language. So we can use the set keyword and then add variables like 1, 2, 3 or like this. Wait, sorry. Okay. So the set keyword here expects one list or one tuple. Okay. We will work on list. We will not work on tuple based sets. We will work on lists only. So it expects one list, and then once we provide the list, we can check. We can see that this is how the set is shown within curly braces. So you can see there are three different types of brackets or braces in each. List uses square braces. Tuples uses round braces or parentheses. Set and dictionaries also. I'll go to dictionaries later. Dictionaries and set, they use curly braces, the third type. Now for sets, we can use some functions, like we can use the union function. So if I'm trying to add these values to the set, it would give me a union of these. So these three values are added first, and then these three values are added. See, 33, 56, and 789. But within sets, there is one thing you might notice, that this is an ordered set of values. Okay, because this is because set is a ordered list, as you might know from the actual definition of what set is in mathematics. Set is an ordered group of values in simple terms. So here also the set we will which we will work on with for our labs, classes, and everything. The set is ordered. Also, set is homogeneous, right? So we cannot add anything like this. Okay, it shows. Okay. So right now they are making some changes and everything. So set is supposed to be homogeneous. So here they have skipped that part. So also let me just show you one more here, the intersection function. Let me just provide one more set here. So let me just give 1, 2, 3, 56, and some other random numbers, right? So here we will see this sample 3 here, it has these 3 values. And when I'm trying to get an intersection with this new set, it gives only 1, 2, 3 as an intersection. Now, if we save this as a separate variable, okay, now how does this work? Now, if I want to check the intersection with this set, this big union set, then we have to store this in a separate variable. You will just try to practice all this and you will get to understand slowly and steadily. So here I'm storing this result in a new set. Okay. So here now sample 4 is this, and if I want to print sample 4, it is this whole thing. Okay. Now if I do the intersection now with sample 4, now we will see 56 56 matches, as well as this thing 1 to 3 matches, right? So 1 to 3 and 56 both matches here. So 56 and 1 to 3 both are shown here, right? So this is how set works in Python. Now for the next, we'll have a dictionary. Now what is dictionary? Dictionary is a data type where we can store something like a dictionary. So how does let us take an example of the English dictionary. How does the English dictionary work? We have one word like hello, and then for that word we have some definitions, right? So like this is some definition for the word hello. In Python, in Python, the same way the dict work is similar to list. We will use the dict keyword here, and within the dict keyword, just check this. I'll be providing within curly braces. So the first term would be the key, and the next term would be a value related to the key. So this is similar to this structure. So this structure is from our normal English dictionary, which we have seen before. This is very similar to that. So to this structure, right? So now if I want to print the values of this dictionary, it will show this is the key and this is the value. Okay. Key is something which we use to look up within the dictionary, and each of the keys stores a value which we want to get back from the dictionary. So it is similar to English dictionary itself, very similar. So in dictionary, we can have multiple keys, right? So I'm having one more this thing here. Now if I print here, I will see two sets of data. One is this. This is the first set, which is where the key is hello and the value is hello world. This is the second set where the key is world and the value is hello again. Now, how do I work on this? Print sample 5, and then within square brackets, we will be putting what value we are wanting. So suppose we want what is the value of the key world. So that will print hello again. Similarly, if we do for hello, it will print hello world. So this is how dictionaries work. So these are the 5. So these are the very primitive or very basic data types in Python. These data types we'll be working on. We'll be working with throughout the lab classes. Uh, After this, we will be So any one of you have any problem to understand till here or anything? Let me just check the chat for you. Uh, okay. So any one of you has any other problem with this? You can just interrupt. If any of you have some problem to understand till here.
Yeah, so the students, you can ask your doubts to Dr. Abhiroop. He will be teaching till 1. After that, I will be sharing the attendance link. And in during this session, he just as he has explained you the basic data types, he is now going to brief you that what we have to actually code and study in data privacy. Whatever he is teaching, the PPTs and through the ways that he is there with you all as well as me, will be shared with you on the Google Classroom. So be regularly updated with it. Okay? Yeah, Biru, you can then continue. I don't think right now people are having doubt. So what you can do is you can just briefly now outline the syllabus that you will be covering in the context of data privacy.
Okay, thank you. So this is how Python works. So as you can see, it is very simple as based to other programming languages which you might know from before. Now, in the context of data privacy, let me just open this guidelines. So here we see the majority of the practicals includes which we will be having would be from module 2, which has some introduction to cryptography, encryption, symmetric and asymmetric encryption, hashing, and your use case studies that involves module 3, right? So for this, we will be I will be teaching you. I will not teach you right now because you need to understand a bit more Python for this, but I'll show it to you later as we go forward. Um, First, we will need to understand what ciphers are, what Caesar ciphers are that we will be taught in classes, and then you will understand how to implement a Caesar cipher and how to write a program for implementing a Caesar cipher in Python. So how does Caesar cipher works? Caesar cipher works by changing the values of changing the characters in a writing. So suppose I'm writing this, right? Suppose I'm writing this string hello world. Now Caesar cipher works by providing a value which would be the key and which is an integer value, and we need to move the characters by that many numbers. Suppose the key is 3, right? Then the output would be h. So 1 by 1 h plus 3 ijk, then e plus 3 fgh, and something and so on till d e f g, right? So this is how the cipher value would be provided. So this is encryption in Caesar cipher. Now for decryption, this same key value would be used, and then we will just minus that many characters from the string. So if we minus 3 from k, we get h. We minus 3 from h, we get e, and then again we minus 3 from g, we get d. So this is how Caesar cipher encryption and decryption works. How does this help? This helps by securing our data in such a format that others cannot easily identify what data it is, right? If we provide a data to someone else using just in its raw form or normal form, we can see it shows hello world, right? So others can easily read what the data is. But if it is something like this, let me just complete this lmno and then O, something like this. Okay, let me just complete this. So if it is something like this, the other person would not be able to understand what the data is, right? And whenever the intended receiver of the data gets the encrypted or encryption of the text after encryption, he can use this same key itself, and then he can decrypt it back to hello and then hello world, and then he would understand what the message is. So this is how encryption and decryption works in cryptography. So this is the very basics of encryption and decryption. Now Caesar cipher is one of the very basic ciphers, and it is implemented from a very early age, hence the name also comes from Caesars. Now I will not be explaining to you real cipher and everything so early on. That would be too much to handle for this very basic class. Now, one more thing I need to tell you, strings are, let me just come back, strings are immutable, right? Now, strings are immutable means once we store the string in a variable, we cannot change the value of the string itself. So suppose we are storing the string in some variable itself, okay, and then we want to change the value of the string, right? Now, just as I've told you before, strings are immutable, so this should not happen, right? But this does happen because this this string gets stored in some memory space within Python, within your computer, and that memory space uh, gets linked to this variable, right? That is how variables work, as I've told you before. Now, for this line to work, so this is how the first line would work. For the second line to work, this hello world, this would be stored in a new variable, in a new memory location. If it is mutable, it would be stored in the same memory location. So as if for a list, since list is mutable, it gets stored in the same memory location. But strings are immutable. So this string hello world, it gets stored in a new memory location, which is different from the memory location where hello is stored. Now the new memory location is linked to this sample str variable, and hence this code runs because now the sample str variable links to a new location, not the old location. So this is why, although this line works, strings are still immutable. So we cannot change the values of the string, and every time we try to change, one new string comes up, and the old string gets replaced by the new string. That is how it works. There is a replacement procedure hidden involved behind the scenes, which you are not able to see uh, uh, easily. So suppose we are using Caesar cipher. Let me just show you an example using the same example. Hello world, right? And I want to shift each of the characters of the string by 3. So I will explain to you this part one by one, but for now, just let me write it down. Let me just see if it works or not. Okay. Mm, okay, so this is how the basic way you should work. Let me just check this, the issue I'm facing here.
Just print original text at I once, see if it is working. Comment, you can comment this line, Aviru.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
for now, this
Sometimes
is
it is,
working. Yes.
you run this. It must be correct. Sometimes it happens due to the buffer cleaning or anything. It's
Ah,
okay. That just might be due to the buffer cleaning. No worries. That's the
yeah.
correct program. Yeah. So they will understand this once they are well equipped with the looping also. So he's just giving you a demonstration that the programs are going to be very simple.
So this is how the this thing would work. Since also I have a key variable. So suppose I'm having key. So here instead of key, I will be putting here key. Okay. Code. I will be showing you the exact program for this later on. So here, first, this is the variable where we are storing the original text. This is the cipher text. Now this is called cipher text, the encrypted text. So here, as we have seen, the encryption is happening. This is known as the cipher text, right? The encrypted text. So that we will be storing in a new variable. The key which I have mentioned, the key would be integer value by which we will be shifting the characters. And then this statement here for I in range, len original text, whatever. So here this is loops. So how does loop work? Loops in Python are something that helps us to, automate or let's say automate. So automate or have repeated statements run in a set number of uh, repetitions, right? So here, how do we check what statement to repeat and how many times? So for loop helps us to, so this for loop, this for keyword corresponds to for loop. For loop helps us to repeat one statement or a set of statements a certain number of times. So I want to repeat this statement where I put one character at a time. Okay. So I put one character at a time where each of the character is taken from the original text, and I have shifted the character by this number of uh, 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 places. So this statement I want to repeat how many times? Shift all the characters within the string. So the range keyword here helps to times the loop, the for loop would run. Okay. The len function here, len functions helps us to calculate the length of this string and how where is this string stored in the original text variable. So instead of writing hello world every time, So this is a very short string. I could have written hello world here instead of original text, but sometimes we might be having big paragraphs. Sorry. So for each paragraph, we may not be able to, copy paste or everything, use the exact paragraph everywhere. That is why variables are needed. So, so this variable is kept here. So whenever len function gets this variable, it checks the memory, what is the data stored within this variable, and it calculates the length and then provides it back here. Now this range function uses that value. So here the length would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 characters, right? So this range, it would be ultimately like this. This should be how the word would come out, play out. Now in loop, we need to store one variable which helps us to count the this thing, the iteration number or the repeat number. So suppose here we are running till 11. Okay, so uh, uh, we might need to check at what point the what number of repetition is going on. So if I print I here. So I is that variable which stores the iteration number. So this is known as iteration variable, or loop variable in short. So here, let me just comment out this line. Here, if I print I, it shows that the first iteration starts with 0, then 1, 2, 3, and it goes till 10. For Python, loops run from 0. Okay, list indices also run from 0. So 0 is the base index value for Python programming language. So suppose if we want to show it from 1, we need to add 1 to this. So now it would print from 1 to 11 since the range is 11. So using the I variable, we can check what iteration is going on, right? So if I just remove this part and print it, see, for the first iteration, H is stored in ciphertext, right? So first iteration, ciphertext takes the value of original text at ith position. So ith position means the 0th position. So 0th position is H. It stores that, and ciphertext gets the value H. For the second iteration, since it starts with 0, the second would be 1. For the second iteration, it takes the second value, E, and it stores in ciphertext. So HE, the value of ciphertext becomes HE. And this goes on. Hello, hello, then comes space. So these two are same because there is one space involved here, and there is no space involved. See, I cannot select any string here, but here the space shows up. Then hello world. And after the 11th iteration, so 0 to 10, the 11th, after the 11th iteration, the whole string is completely copied. So from original text, we have copied character by character, all the characters. Ciphertext, it goes back here. I does not move the program there. We end the for loop there. This is how loops work. I'll be showing you the Caesar cipher later on in class after you guys get to explain you get to know what ciphers are and everything later on. But this is just an example of how loop works and everything. So does anyone have any problem till here? So I'm just ending the class, ending this till here. Later on, I'll be explaining other parts. as Prashasti ma'am has showed you, which include and iterators and conditionals. So for loop is an example of iterator. There are other loop iterators also. Conditionals are if else, where we can use our logic to check. So if we want to put some condition before moving forward, so if the value of this is this, then we go this way. If the value is not this, we can go the second other way. So since we put conditions, we can use condition. The name of those set of features are known as conditionals. And iterators is since we can iterate over a set of statements. So this is an iterator for loop. Conditionals I will show you later on. So this is how simple Python is. You guys won't be having much of problem to to know Python and do some basic programmings in Python. I would just say practice as much as you can, and it will become more easy for you as you practice more and more, and you get to do the programs and everything and practice more programs on your sides and everything. It will become more easy. Kristi ma'am, I think we can conclude it till here.
Okay. Thank you so much, Abiru. So I hope that you guys had an overview like what your syllabus is going to be like. We will be teaching not only the theoretical aspects of data privacy, but how are you able to implement ciphertext in the easiest programming language known, that is Python. So Python is going to be ever useful to you. So I would like to say that this presentation link is going to be active till tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be taking a session on essentials of Python, like the way just Abiru briefed you today. I will be tomorrow taking a session. Could all of you let me know if the morning time is suitable? Then I will take it like that is suitable for me also. Because generally we have to cover it up a little fast. So apart from the regular classes, we do need some classes. So every time during Saturday and Sunday, this Sunday I will be there. From the next one on Saturday and Sunday, Abhirup will be there so that you can cover up along with him in the classes as well. So in the classes what you can do is you can start the programming, and from these sessions you can learn the basics, so that is going to save time rather than like every time only attending the classes. Please be diligent in learning, and the way he's teaching you, you can also open up your Jupyter, whatever he's typing you can do that. So he's going to, and as well as I am going to teach you in a hands-on way, in a type of hands-on session only. So tomorrow 10 a.m. I will be uploading again the same link on the Google Classroom, and we'll be taking your session probably of 1 to 2 hours, and then you are free for the day for the rest of the activities. Now I'm going to share you the attendance link which is going to be active only till 15 minutes. After that the form will be unpublished. Thank you very much. So just wait, I'm just sharing the link. Yeah, so it's shared. You can do that. We'll be closing it once I get 117 responses around. It's okay, roll number, it's fine. Just put the section.
Ma'am, if you have filled the response, can we leave?
Yes, yes, of course, you can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Abhirup. Thank you, Dipali ma'am and Urmila ma'am.
Thank you, Prasasti ma'am. I'll be then leaving.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you.